The gaffe-prone presenter mused with ardent Republican Kimberly McIntosh about what should happen to the UK's head of state after the Queen dies live on air from Windsor Castle. Just hours earlier, a visibly distraught Queen had buried her husband of 73 years in a heartbreaking ceremony attended by other close royals including Prince Harry. Rather than giving the country's longest-serving monarch time to grieve her childhood sweetheart, Mr. Frei used it as an opportunity to muse on what should happen once the 94-year-old is dead. He asked lefty loudmouth Ms. McIntosh to assume that the UK became a republic. The former BBC presenter said, "Imagine if the monarchy didn't exist. Imagine if it were to be abolished. Which some people in this country want. Perhaps you as well. What should replace it? And should it be replaced by anything at all?" Ms. McIntosh replied, "I think it's an important question, and does it need to be replaced about anything at all? We could take it to a referendum. We know the difficulties that can come from a referendum and the fallout and division. But ultimately this is a question for the British public. This is a conversation that needs to continue and keep happening. But I don't know if there needs to be a head of state above the Prime Minister. I think that's a question that needs to be taken to the British public." The outrageous comments came after Mr. Frei took a slight at the BBC's blanket coverage of the Duke's death aged 99 last Friday. Speaking to historian James Holland, he asked, "Some people described it, the coverage, as almost North Korean on some rival television channels. Do you think there's too much of this? That we should just par everything down when it comes to the royal family itself?" Mr. Holland disagreed and said that the monarchy has always changed with the times. The insensitivity of Mr. Frei's questions and their timing were slammed by social media users. One wrote, "Stood outside Windsor Castle in his black tie and coat with black velvet collar. Here's Matt Frei on Channel 4 News discussing whether we need a monarchy going forward, on the day of Prince Philip's funeral. What timing, what a prat." Another wrote, "Defies belief." A third wrote, "Do we need a monarchy? I think that the overwhelmingly positive worldwide response to today answers that question beyond doubt."